everyone, it's Feeding Dragon. I'm now ready to show you the colorful and bright saturated rainbows that I have today. This is my currently ink pens for the middle of June. But before we start there, I want to show you something that I find quite creepy when I found out about it. So I want you to see like the first 5 rows here. I put all my ink pens in this lace, and somehow I have quite a pattern of inking my pens. So let's see, on the first row here we got a pink, here is also pink. For this one it's like gray with a purplish and then pinkish purplish. Also the same on the second row, it's more on the warmer side of color, so it's like a brownish oranges here and then brown here. And this is the craziest part for me. On the third row it's always blue. So this blue and then another blue here and also blue on this spread. I find this very cool and creepy at the same time because I never really plan on any of my ink. And so these are all totally coincidence, and it's just a happy coincidence, I guess. The same with this last 3, it's like purple, green, orange. This is purple, green, pink, purple, green, orange again. And yeah, if we switch these 2 around, then it becomes purple, green, brown. That's strange, but at the same time, I find that fascinating. Alright, the first pen and ink combination that I have here is my BENU Talisman Peacock Ore with medium nib, and I fill it with PENBBS 310 Rose. This is a shimmer ink, and I got the bottle from the lucky draw on Touch Pen Show 2025. Although the bottle leaks, so there are only like half of the ink inside the bottle. I don't know if it is because of the leak or it is the ink itself. I feel like out of all 3 PENBBS inks that I tried this time, this is the worst performing one. It feathers on writing on this Yusari paper. It bleeds through on my Sansen Tomoe River and original Tomoe River paper. So something was definitely wrong with this ink. So yeah, after the first 2 PENBBS inks that behaves wonderfully, after I inked this pen, I wanted to clean it up immediately, but I resist because I wanted to show you this. And thus, while it looks pretty, recently I also inked the Diamine series and Diamine Scarlet, which share a similar color of pink. So at this moment, I am quite bored with this color. And coupled with the feathering, I don't enjoy this combination at all. So if we look at it side by side, series is more peachy in color, while Diamond Scarlet is more reddish in color. So PENBBS 310 Rose is exactly pink with a golden shimmer. The second pen and ink combination that I have here is my Platinum Prefounte with medium nib, and I fill it with Taccia Daidai. I only have a small sample of this ink, which I got exactly 2 years ago, and I am relieved that finally I emptied the ink vial. So I finished an ink sample, and that's an accomplishment. I love how the nib of this Platinum Prefonte feels with Taccia Daidai. Although I love shading inks, and this orange ink does not really give any particular shading in this pen and ink combination. It looks pretty flat, and while it is good on its own, I'm searching for shading ink more than a flatter looking ink. Aside from its performance, I don't feel any special pull to this Taccia Daidai, so that's why I'm quite happy that I can finish the ink sample. And if I look at the ink swatches here, Taccia Daidai is very close to Diamine Pumpkin, which is cheaper and easier to get. The third pen and ink combination that I have here is my Majohn A1 Fishscale, which has pilot 18 karat gold nib medium in it, and I fill it with dominant industry leaf green. 2 weeks ago, I inked a troublemaker hanging rice, which I got in a sample, and I am quite curious how it looks compared to dominant industry leaf green in writing. And this testing for me makes me realize that troublemaker hanging rice is very similar to dominant industry leaf green, and I don't need to buy another bottle for it, because I can just use this bottle that I already have. For dominant industry leaf green 2 years ago, it was as if it was love at first sight. So I went on my very first pen meet about 2 months after I got really serious with fountain pens, and one of the person in that meet have a Pilot Custom 92 ink with this dominant industry leaf green. I love the color so much that I wanted to find a similar color for Diamine or Herban, which are cheaper compared to dominant industry, but I couldn't find any similar ones in Diamine. Thus, at that point, I bit the bullet and bought my first expensive ink bottle, which I only ink once. So that's a bit embarrassing in its own way. This inking is the second inking after 2 years. But I'm glad that I came back and tried this ink again in a pen, because dominant industry leaf green is just so good. As mentioned before, dominant industry leaf green is very similar with troublemaker hanging rice in writing, although in this swatch card I used the Kakimori brass nib, which is why it looks way darker here. But if I compare my writing on my journal side by side, dominant industry leaf green is almost the same with troublemaker hanging rice. Next up, I have my Opus 88 Jazz with Majohn big point nib, and I fill it with Journal This Genius. I haven't inked this nib for about 1 month by now, and I can say that I really miss writing with this special nib. Can I start by saying that I love Journal This ways of naming inks, because it is a genius way. Journal This is a brand from the Netherlands. They sell journal things, journals, and also fountain pen inks. And all of their fountain pen inks are named geniusly. That does not help. They are all made with puns, very smart puns, and the colors are also very calming, that I wish I have more of them to try and write with. I was waiting for Touch Pen Show so that I can buy it directly, but they unfortunately canceled their Touch Pen Show appearance. So maybe next year I will finally buy bottles of inks from them if they come. Well, I can buy their inks online, but at this point I'm trying not to buy as much ink bottles, just because I have so many inks in my collection right now. Journal This Genius is a blue black. It's a very normal looking blue black. And last, I have my Jinhao 82 with Loom medium nib, and I fill it with Diamine Conkles. Conkles is a Hong Kong exclusive ink, and it has a blue shimmer on it. It's been quite a while since I last inked this Loom medium nib, and whenever I come back to it, I always feel like I need to use this more often. Maybe the reason why I don't ink it as often is because I put the nib inside this Jinhao 82. I still prefer a pen with a bigger grip size. I don't really have anything to say for this diamond congles other than the color is very bright. My sample does not really have lots of shimmer in it, and that's fine because I prefer it that way. Although it seems like in very heavy application there's a slight goldenish sheen on the edges here on the swatch card, and so far it behaves okay. As for the color comparison, Taccia Murasaki is the closest with diamond conkles, although conkles is more on the bluer side. Also the same with diamond Festive Joy, conkles is bluer. That's all that I have for this second rainbow, which are more saturated compared to the previous one. What do you think? See you on the next one. Bye bye!